Okay, apparently I'm live and I have to plug in my computer because I just realized it's gonna die soon. So it's a killer way to kick off this live stream. All right, plugged it in. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. I had to take stuff out of the dishwasher because that's me being a responsible person taking things out of the dishwasher. Who'd have thought? Not me. Anyways, it's pretty hard to believe that it is the end of August. Time, where's she gone? I don't know. Can you answer? Probably not. In case you haven't noticed, I'm back in my room. I almost said my dorm room. Technically, it feels like a dorm room, but it is an apartment, my fake apartment. You can see Munchkin, that's the bear, just the happy face. He doesn't have a name. It's just like a happy face emoji. And it is really nice to be back. I'm back for a little over a week now because junior year has officially started and Temple was all, we're going to be hybrid, and they're currently have just moved to be all online for the next 2 weeks for now. However, I do have 2 classes in person. Well, one was in person. Now we're online for the next 2 weeks. That was personal financial management. But my orchestra class, we're actually going to still be meeting in person because it is essential for us to meet in person. Because, oh my God, I forgot that the cat is in here. Can you see him? That's Jordan, the cat. Oh my God, he's okay. I completely forgot that he was in the room. Sorry, Jordan. Wow, that really just threw me off. So what was I talking about? Yeah, orchestra. He's just watching me. Okay, so orchestra, we are spread 6 feet apart and we have no stand partners. So did feel very safe. We kept our masks on the whole time. And they actually had us all leave the room at one point for 15 minutes for the air to ventilate. So hopefully we can keep doing that. It was really great to play in a whole group setting. Obviously, it's just not the same as when you play by yourself. Meow. Yes, I speak cat. Didn't you know? Come on. Jump. He's not jumping. Okay, I'm just going to see if I pick him up and put him on the bed. Maybe he'll be okay. Otherwise, this is not how I planned this event. Come on. Okay. So, yeah, Temple classes. So, part of me kind of knows that Temple probably shouldn't have opened at all, but I am really happy that it's here somewhat because I miss seeing my friends and I love my family. But it is nice to kind of be feeling more independent and everything. So that has been really great, and I've been getting to know my new roommates and my roommate's cat. So it has been honestly a really nice week and a bit so far because I came on the 21st of August, so 10 days ago, I guess. And it has been nice. So, at least I had this one nice week, I guess. I had my college moments so far, sitting out on the lawn eating because we had to be far away from each other and we're not allowed to eat inside anywhere yet, unless obviously in our places. But I was trying to meet up with some of my friends safely, social distantly. As of my knowledge, Temple has 103 cases, 99 of which are on campus, which is there's more off campus. They just haven't tested, but there's just nothing. They're just testing a lot of people, but they just can't report as fast as they test, / get the results back in time. But anyways, August was not just taken up by the last week of me going back to school. There has been a ton of other things that happened. And I was actually going through my my little calendar notebook to figure out what I did this month. It was pretty crazy actually to see how time has passed. I was still taking my online painting class at the beginning of August, and that feels like it's been forever since I painted. But I really did love that class, and I did think it helped my perspective. Of course, I couldn't bring any of that stuff here to school just because I do not have the space for that. So I thought I heard the door open as well, but Jordan was like, oh. Anyways. So I don't have the space for my paint stuff at school, but I did, of course, bring my scrapbooking supplies, and I have some like drawing stuff back there, so I can be artistic. And obviously, I'm being artistic with my camera because I'm a film major, and that's what we do. Shout out to my film shirt that my sister got me. And then I also stopped being a full-time intern for Samsung in August. My last full-time day was officially the 7th, and from then on, I've been working part-time. I am so happy that I'm still working for Samsung. I really love my coworkers and my team, and it has been just really great, like learning opportunity and fun to do different kinds of projects. I know that it might get a little more hectic as we get further into the semester, but I'm only really working 10 to 15 hours a week, so I am hopeful that it will all be okay and everything. So, I mean, I'm pretty good at time management. I'm not really too worried about it. In fact, honestly, over the weekend, I thought I was like gonna die. I felt like I had so much homework, but I think I just wasn't used to having homework again because I actually got everything done like in a really timely manner. Like by Friday, I'd already gotten done everything that was due Monday, i.e. today. So, and I already have everything done or due for Tuesday. Like that's all done. There's one more thing that I have to do that for Wednesday that I'm like 3/4 of the way done. And it's like a little before 9 o'clock right now. So I'm really not too worried about it. It's just like getting back in that I meant to say zone and groove at the same time. Getting back into the zone groove of doing work, being in school, and I'm sure it'll continue to hit me as we progress forwards. What else? Oh yeah, I crammed in a ton of doctor's appointments, and I'm happy to say that I'm all good and healthy. Not that anyone asked or cared, but it was kind of funny because after like working all the time, then as soon as I was done with full-time work, it was like, let's see this person, all before we go back to school. And of course, it had to be like, you call when you're outside and you go in, and then they're like, do you have a fever? I'm like, no, I don't. If I had a fever, I wouldn't be here. So it was a whole little to-do, but, you know, got to get those doctor's appointments in. So now I'm good for the next 6 months or year, whatever it is. And then I got to see my cousin get married via Zoom, which was sweet. I wish I could have been there, but for health reasons and COVID and everything, I think it was just a better plan all around to be watching it from afar. But I did get to be really close to the altar through the camera, so that's definitely a perk, trying to stay positive and look on the bright side of things because there is always a bright side, even if it takes some time to discern. And then, sorry, I'm still so frazzled about the cat being actually in the room, and I totally forgot he was here. So yes, I'm just going to reference this again. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about this, but which is crazy because it was so cool. But as part of Temple's Welcome Week, they did this like virtual guest speaker event with Leslie Odom Jr. from Hamilton. He plays Aaron Burr. And I am not a freshman, but the Welcome Week events are open to everybody, especially since it was all virtual. So I watched him like talk about his career and how he's like overcome a lot of things to follow his creative passions. And then he ended up singing a bit live via Zoom. And I mean, he was like the Zoom where it happens instead of the room where it happens. And I was dying. I dragged my sister in to watch the singing. Okay, she kind of like wanted to watch. I didn't hoist her in the room. But we were so like over the moon when this was going on. It was really cool. It made me feel like, wow, this is why I paid my tuition for this moment, which is like not really why I paid tuition, but it really felt like it then because it was just so cool. This is kind of opportunity like you not expect to have. Because it's so random, like, oh, let's just hop on a Zoom call with some other people from Temple and Leslie Odom Jr. Like, what? But there he was, and it was great. It was also inspiring because like he's obviously like a theater person, but he has done some other stuff, whereas I'm like a filmmaker. He's in front of the camera on the stage, I'm backstage, but it was still just like, okay, he can make it as a creative person, like so can I. Just gotta push through, like, you know, you gotta suffer, pay the dues, but then you're gonna be successful if you just keep grinding. And I'm gonna keep grinding. Like that is the kind of person I am. So I'm no longer, I mean, not that I was really worried about it, but it was extra motivating and inspiring, if that makes any sense. And then I actually finally went to the beach this summer over Sandy Hook at August because I didn't go at all because of COVID. I just didn't feel comfortable. But then I really did want to go, so we decided to go to Sandy Hook on the bay side because some of my family had already been. They said that it wasn't that crowded, and they said that if I felt uncomfortable, we could go. So I felt pretty safe there. And we did do like a bit of walking around at first, which was nice because there was nobody really walking around. There were some people biking, but it was it was just a lovely day. Honestly, we had a little picnic by like the old officers' buildings. We walked around, we brought the dog, and he was sniffing. And then we went to the beach. He went swimming. I did not go swimming. I went wading, but he was so cute when he was swimming. He was like the epitome of the doggy paddle, obviously. But it was just adorable, and it was nice to lie on the beach. And I was doing some reading, and it just kind of felt like this peaceful, serene moment before the chaos of going back to school, which I really appreciated. And that appears to be all the events I did this month. I feel like I did more stuff. I mean, I hung out with my friends at home, distantly, played with the dog a lot. I know I just have done more stuff, but I guess in the excitement of the last week, kind of feels like things that were at home. It's almost like, even though I know it wasn't really that long ago, because I'm in a new place and everything's suddenly going back to like a mile a minute, it just feels like two totally distinct zones of my life, which I think makes sense, but is weird at the same time. Unfortunately, I haven't really watched any like new movies that I can think of to say. I have been watching like old movies that I know I like, and I've been watching more Bones, but I can't think of anything like new I watched. But I did finish season 8 of Doctor Who with my sister, so no spoilers ahead of that. Anyone, if you're watching and you're Doctor Who fans, because I've only seen the last season of Peter Capaldi and then these next seasons. So yeah, no spoilers. But that's kind of our thing, the twin thing. And then, I mean, I did watch some shows with my parents. We watched like Inspector Morse and Carrier over the summer, kind of like over the summer, not just in August. Those are really cool. So if you're looking for some new shows that aren't just, on Netflix, do some Googling. You'll find something. There's something out there for everybody. At least there will be until production totally just stops forever because of COVID, and then I'll be out of a job. But that won't happen. We're going to come back. Okay, yeah, I need to not lock the cat in and lose my mojo because it hasn't come back yet. No new music was worth listening to for me that I can remember. I've mostly just been listening to old hits, especially now that I'm back at school, because I got some new records, and they're all songs that are like, I got Vessel by 21 Pilots, Night Visions, Imagine Dragons, and American Beauty, American Psycho from Fall Out Boy. So I've been listening to those a lot. Those are not new songs by any means, but those have been the ones I'm kind of on repeat because I just keep swapping out the records. Because why have the record player if you're not going to play records on them? And then as far as books go, I'm rereading some of my more childhood favorite books, but I did also read the Writing Short Films book, which was the one I was actually reading at the beach. And that might sound boring to you because it was like a kind of prerequisite book for school, but it honestly was so cool, and it actually inspired me to start working on a script, which should have been a short film because of the short. And it could be, but right now, based off my beat sheet and plotting, it's looking like it's going to be between 40 and 60 pages. If it's closer to 40, like that's a short. But if it reaches that 60 mark, then it's actually a feature. So it'd be kind of crazy if I wrote a feature script. I don't know if it's the best thing ever, but it's already the longest thing I've ever written, which for me is just an accomplishment. Just, for me, because, go me for writing this long piece. I think I'm almost at 20 pages right now, which may not sound like a lot to you, but to me that's huge, because the longest thing I'd written before this was actually a play that was 12 pages, and then scripts that were about 8 or 9 pages. So go me. I'm hoping it's the start of something great, just some way to kick it off, especially since it's a script just for me, not for class. So there's not a deadline. When I'm feeling inspired, I can work on it. And when I don't feel inspired to work on it, I don't have to. There's no pressure. So I think that's where I'm going to finish off this recap. Sorry if it was kind of chaotic, but I hope you enjoyed the unexpected visitor. And I will see you on Wednesday with my pre-recorded video about my first day of junior year. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it, and like this if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye!